Hey folks,
How's it going?
we are back. This is the Colorist Mixer NAB YouTube pre-show, and welcome along, Mr. Kevin Shaw. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. End of a long day, another long day, doing 2 shifts a day, keeping busy till NAB, and then it's time to party like a Viking, but still
Fantastic,
be on
mate. Well,
time in the morning.
yeah, well, I've had a very short day. It's only 6
Mr.
a.m. here,
Kevin
so
Shaw. How are you, buddy?
not much has happened.
I'm good. I'm
Uh,
good. End of a long.
who have we
Someone's
got?
got YouTube.
Somebody might have somebody may have, not me anyway. Let's go around the room. We've assembled a mixture of sponsors and guests, and our plan is just to chat a little bit about Vegas, about NAB, about the mixer, about our experiences of what we've seen before and what we're looking forward to. Lynette, ladies first. How are you? Tell us a little bit. Where
Well,
are you? Where are you?
I'm in Hollywood, California. I'm at Instinctual. I'm the senior colorist at Instinctual. I do trailers for Sony and independent features and visual effects. So I'll be doing a visual effects review for a new Amblin film for Netflix this afternoon. And yeah, and then I'm also a Colorist Society International Fellow and part of the board for the Colorist Society Hollywood, which is a local branch of the greater community.
Fantastic. We'll come back and we'll talk to you a little bit about that later on, that Hollywood chapter, which is exciting news. On my screen, Ross, you're up next.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for having me. I'm Ross Shane. Some people probably know me from the industry. I've been around for quite a while. I worked for Avid like a long time ago as a product specialist. Trained a lot of different colorists and visual effects artists over the years on different products, and was the product designer behind Mocha, which is a motion tracking product that came out, about 15 years ago. I'm here for Looper. Actually, I'm consulting with a company called Looper, which is a really cool streaming platform that I know a lot of colorists are using for remote supervised sessions. So thanks for having me.
Cool. Excellent. Greg.
Hi there. I'm Greg Wood. I'm a co-founder and CEO here at Massive. It's great to see everybody. At Massive, we move the world's largest files via cloud. So you might know us from transferring or ingesting files. And I've been going to NAB. I'm relatively new. I think this is only my 5th one. So great to be here. Thanks for having us. Really happy to be involved in the iColorist Mixer.
Yeah, thanks
Welcome.
for jumping on board. You guys helped us and sponsored us last year, so great, good to have you.
Yeah, we're glad to be back. And I had a blast at the event, so I'm looking forward to another great one.
Well, we try and deliver.
We probably closed the place.
As we like to say, it's organized chaos. But anyway, everyone has a good time. A veteran of the Colorist Mixers, Mr. Bram Desmet. Hey, Bram.
Hey guys, Bram with Flanders Scientific, and yeah, we've been doing the Colorist Mixer thing since the very beginning, and excited to do yet another one and see everybody at NAB. And I assume everybody knows who we are by this point. But we do monitors and got some cool new toys to show you at NAB this year.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Wes, whereabouts are you, Wes?
I am in beautiful downtown Burbank, California, and I'm with Small HD. I'm actually a product manager under Creative Solutions, we are part of Videndum Creative Solutions, which consists of Small HD, Teradek, and Wooden Camera brands. And my focus is product management for cine and post-production, mostly in the monitor business. And this is our first foray into the iColorist Mixer. I actually attended my first mixer last year. I had a blast and said, we have to sponsor these guys. So it's a new sponsor, and we're really looking forward to NAB. We've got some cool new product to show, and just looking forward to it.
Great, excellent. YouTube sensation, Mr. Darren Mostyn.
Hi. How you doing? Thanks for having me. I'm a little bit. I only got your link about 5 minutes ago, so I'm a little bit disoriented. But I don't know what I'm doing here. But happy to be here as ever in such esteemed company.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward
you are coming to Vegas, aren't you? If not, we'll punt you off the show. Oh,
no,
good.
I am coming. I'll be there. So,
Excellent. Are you working or are you just as a guest?
No, I'm
working or guest?
Just
cool.
schmoozing around, getting in people's way.
That's nice because you normally work at IBC, don't you?
I work at IBC, yeah. So I used to work NAB. I've done a lot of NAB's demoing, but no, it's definitely. I'm just going to come and annoy lots of vendors and with awkward questions.
Yeah, that's the way, isn't it? So when was your first NAB then?
My first one, 98.
Whoa.
Demoing a product called Blue, which won product of the show, despite it wasn't actually working. We were showing little GIFs pretending it was working.
Oh, okay.
Smoke and mirrors, mate, back in 98.
Back in the money days, money days.
I'll get sued for saying that now.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Good. All right, great. Tom, how are you, buddy?
Hello, Warren. Yeah, good to be here with everyone. Thank you for having us. So Tom Graham, head of Dolby Vision content enablement at Dolby. Excited for, I don't know what year, but my first NAB was 1995. And my number one recommendation is bring a humidifier if you're going to be there for any longer than 3 days, maybe. I think the sinuses really suffer from the Vegas desert, right? So yeah, excited to be here with you guys.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot. Jason, back again. Thanks for joining, mate. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh. Can anyone else hear Jason?
No.
You said something about don't buy media light or something. I can't quite work it out.
You do he does the lips, you do the voice. Daz. We'll go to Chris. CY Color. Chris.
Hey Warren, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, man. How are you?
Excellent.
Where are you? Where are you?
My name's Chris Young. I'm a colorist. I have a studio in Brooklyn. Former student of Warren, taught me a lot, and I'm excited to be here. I've been going to NAB for not a lot of many years, 5 years maybe. Always excited to go around and see all the different vendors, and always stare at the Flanders Scientific monitor. But luckily, mine shipped, Bram, and I have it here. I have my XMP 310. Very excited to use it and play with it finally.
Excellent.
Awesome, man.
Excellent.
Hello.
Oh, Jason, you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know where the sound was actually coming from in this house. I was just saying that much like a bias light on a Flanders display, I've been attached to Brahms' back at NAB for the last 6 NAB. Well, I guess we missed one because of COVID, so 5 NABs, I guess. And we're thrilled to be there.
Yeah,
go check
I think
out
it's about 5 or so. Yeah.
Yeah, go check out the new QD OLEDs, and while you're waiting, we'll give you the spiel about bias lights. And for those who don't know about Media Light, we also my company Cynic Labs also publishes the Spears and Munsell benchmark, which is used especially in consumer market to calibrate and test displays.
Fantastic. So if anyone's tuning in and wondering what the mixer is about, there's a few images running behind me here. We started in 2013, just a few of us in a bar, and then it sort of grew and went to different places and different venues all around Las Vegas. We've never stayed anywhere longer than sort of 2 years, which does make it a bit of a challenge, but it's all thanks to the sponsors and like you guys have joined together here to makes it all happen. But it's a good fun event. Tickets are on sale. Go to coloristmixer.com. You can buy tickets there. And we are also this year, because a lot of people are very keen on the raffle, because obviously we have some fantastic prizes. We've given people the chance to buy an extra ticket for this raffle. Kevin, do you just want to quickly explain how the raffle will work at the mixer? Because a lot of people have a lot of interest in how that's going to work.
Absolutely. So over the years, we've tried lots of different ways, but the way that we like best is all the prizes will be laid out on some tables in a secure area, and in front of each prize there will be a ballot box. And as you come through the door, you collect your wristband, and you will get however many tickets you bought at the time you registered. You fill out your name, email address, phone number, and ideally an address so we can ship. And throughout the evening, you drop your tokens into a ballot box. So you choose which prize you're hoping to get. Some prizes obviously will get a lot more tickets than others. So there's a bit of clever voting required. And then around 9:30, we'll start pulling some tickets out the boxes and making some people very, very happy this year. Awesome prizes.
Right. Sounds good. Sounds good. There's a question in the chat. This could be for any of you, actually. How do I get to the Tesla tunnels? This is from Andrew. He was at the Mixer last year. How do I get to the Tesla tunnel? And is it worth it? Well, it was free for me, so I'd say yes.
Definitely worth it. Definitely save your legs. It's pretty easy. There's a sort of what looks like a metro station or something, little glass pod, and you go down the escalators and past the flashing lights, and they shuffle you into a shiny new Tesla.
And yeah, it was sort of outside the North Hall. There was a bit of a domey entrance to it, big escalators going down, and you go down there, and it's like waiting for a bus stop, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah,
I took it from the West Hall to the Conrad, and pretty easy. I think they still have drivers, right?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did last year. I don't know whether they've changed it.
Yeah.
There's a tip for
last year they
anyone
promised.
Yeah.
I was going to say last year they promised that the loop would go beyond the West Hall, and I think to either to the Strip, or the plan is to get it all the way to the airport at some point.
Well, LAX, Kevin.
Yes, that'll be the day.
I've got a tip. I want a little NAB or Mixer tip off everyone if you've got one. Mine is, if you see a building and go, I'll walk there, don't, because it's going to take you a long time. But if you don't mind getting your steps up, then you're definitely going to do it. And that is before you even get to the show, let alone walking around it. Brahm, I've got a question for you, because I think, are you guys back in the South Hall?
Yeah, we're back in South Lower, so that's a change if you were there last year. South Lower was always kind of a big popular hall. That's where Black Magic and AJA and some others have always been, and it's where we typically like to be. And it was closed, I guess, for renovations or work, but it's back open this year. You'll find us in South Lower, and we actually have 2 locations. So if you're looking for us, it could get a little confusing. There's the main booth, which is SL7089. And then the other thing that we're going to have, and there'll be an announcement about it tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and let people know about it now because it's kind of neat. We have a small meeting room as well that's going to be set up as a grading room. And we're going to do by appointment sessions in there.
And where's that going to be? Is that South Hall just off there?
So we'll announce the meeting room tomorrow. Okay. But it's a basically private meeting room with the ceiling darkened out. There'll be a 55-inch QD OLED in there with a grading panel and whatnot. But the 3 things we're going to offer in there, and people will be able to sign up for these sessions. They're completely free, and it's kind of a sales pitch free type area. But we're going to have Robbie Carmen there as a guest. So it'll be kind of an Ask the Experts thing if you want to ask questions about HDR color grading and deliverables and whatnot. Then we're also going to have Nate McFarland from Dolby, who is a senior content engineer there, hosting some sessions as well. So if you have questions about Dolby Vision deliverables, Dolby Vision ecosystem, they'll be there to answer questions. And then we'll also have something we call Make the Grade, which is the first time we're doing it, which someone can sign up for a half-hour slot to actually just come in. There'll be a Resolve station set up for you with a mini panel, Stream Deck, the 55-inch QD OLED, and you can try your hand at grading some HDR. If you haven't done it before, or you just want to get some experience on a large reference monitor, kind of a cool experience. So it's a small room. You're going to have to sign up ahead of time to get access to it, but it's open to anybody. And again, the email with details will go out tomorrow for people who want to do that.
You didn't mention a bar fridge, but I'm sure you've got one in there.
If you ask nicely at the main booth, you might find some Belgian beers.
Okay. Oh, good tip. Good tip. Good tip.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. That sounds great. While we're talking about monitors, Wes, you have kindly donated a fantastic QD OLED from Small HD to our raffle. Just tell me a little bit maybe about that and where people can find you at the show.
We are located in the Central Hall. We're as part of the Videndum booth that's got all of the Videndum brands in it, and you can still find us on the exhibitor list as Creative Solutions, but we're actually in that space, and we are going to have a small blackout theater in there that's going to be showing our new Quantum 32 31.5-inch Quantum dot OLED for the purposes of grading. So we're really excited about this product because, you know, I don't know how many people that are viewing today are even familiar with Small HD. We're really more of a brand that's been very well known and almost ubiquitous on movie sets, on cameras, and in Video Village and that kind of thing, but more so in smaller sizes, not really for reference. And so we got into the OLED reference area recently, where we got monitors that are able to do good SDR grading capability, and that's actually what the OLED 27 is. It's based on a Japan OLED panel that was available when they were still making panels, and it does a really great SDR image. HDR gets out to about 500 nit or so. So it's good for preview, but not obviously for mastering, you know, certainly Dolby Vision, that kind of thing. But it's sort of the precursor to what led us to what Quantum 32 is. So like I said, we're really excited about this because we wanted to get into the reference space and also be able to offer a monitor that's more cost effective for a facility or even individual owner operator, so they don't have to go blow, you know, $30,000 for their monitor.
Yeah. Well, that's where, you know, there's lots of people applauding that, and anyone who's helping it, making it a little bit easier, especially for freelancers and owner operators. We're obviously seeing a lot more of that. Great. Thanks for that. So you want to just put your booth or where you're going to be in the YouTube chat as well, because obviously this is going to be watched. Well, put a little link in there because people are going to be watching this. The app, the NAB app. Chris, have you used the NAB app before?
I have used it. I don't know. I would say it's clunky. I'm kind of a person that just kind of wanders around and kind of needs to see everything. But the app does give you a good hold if you're actually looking for a booth. It'll give you a good sense of how to get around and where to go on the floor to get the people that you're looking for.
Yeah, the last time we were wandering around the New York NAB, but it's obviously a lot smaller. You didn't even up there, did we?
Yeah, Vegas it's very, very big, so it is worth having that app and keeping it to kind of find where you want to go if there's specific places you want to hit up, especially if you only have a day to walk around. Otherwise, you'll never get to see everything.
Yeah, and I think it's worth certainly setting up some meetings. And I know that most manufacturers will welcome a time when someone's going to come along, because what you will find, you will rock up at a booth and someone you might want to see is talking to someone. You go away, come back, they're talking to someone else. So if there's something you definitely want to see, I would recommend just getting hold of them beforehand and making an appointment. And it might only be for a 10-15 minute chat, whatever you need, but that certainly makes it a lot easier. Let's go down to Tom from Dolby, long-term supporter of the Mixer. What's Dolby's plans for the show, Tom?
Well, we don't have a booth this year. We have some meeting rooms. We'll be partnering and visiting, you know, our friends at Blackmagic, our friends at Filmlight, our monitor partners like Brom and Wes, who, as you said, Warren, we're super excited about the technologies and the price points and the sort of things that have happened over the last 6 to 12 months in that field. We also will be partnering with ColorFront on their SDR to Dolby Vision conversion process. They have some new developments that allow a round trip back to SDR. And, of course, we always prefer an HDR regrade or, a colorist position doing those things. But in some cases, that work isn't there or that budget isn't there. And so, there are alternatives to fit that gap. And then, just as an update for everyone, our perpetual license free upgrade for those who purchased a license last year is still ongoing. So if you're entitled to that, don't let that slip by. Those will go through, I believe, about June 30th or so. And for those looking to buy a license, we're excited with the new perpetual license for only $1,000. So feel free to shoot us a note if you want to meet at NAB for drinks. We'll be at the Mixer and or set up a time and we can get together and chat.
So if somebody wants hands-on Dolby Vision and wants to see the tools, where would that be? Would that be in the FSI meeting room with Robbie, or you've got other places where a colorist could come and ask questions?
I would say, I know Filmlight doesn't have a booth either, right? So I think they're somewhere off the show. In terms of Blackmagic, I think you probably could see the tools there. And then, of course, schedule some time with Nate and Robbie at Bram's special room. I think that's a good way to go. As you said, Warren, we could meet in the pub with Resolve running on my laptop, and we could, of course, run through the full workflow there for the appropriate coverage.
Always. Yeah.
It's very mobile.
How things have got a little bit easier in some ways, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we are actually going to give away 3 extra raffle tickets during this show. Now, unfortunately, if you are living in South Island of New Zealand and you win this raffle ticket and cannot come to Vegas, you cannot win the prize. But if you do win it, you can donate your raffle prize to someone who is going. Does that make sense? You have to be at the Mixer to win a prize. So the first question, and this will be for the person who answers in the YouTube chat, and you others can do it just for fun, but you obviously cannot win, is you have to, are you ready? Answer in the chat. You have to solve this anagram. Type it in the chat when you've solved it, and you will be the first winner. Oh, somebody says just donate it to me. No, we'd love to. Come on, it's easy. Well done. Darren, you can't win. Maybe you can win. Maybe you can win, actually. I think you probably can. Yes.
No, you're all right.
Well done.
Let someone else have it, honestly.
No, mate, you're not.
I thought you said for us to put in as well. Well, as I would say, there's no harm in trying. No, give it someone else.
All right, go. Now, it's not easy making an anagram, is it? I started with the Colorist Society and gave up. And the time was ticking. I don't know why I was doing that at 4:30 this morning, but I was. Okay, so good. All right. Well, you and Andrew can fight between yourselves. That's very good. Great. Michael's here as well. Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to see you or hear you in the chat. Let's go to Lynette, and I just want Lynette's. When was your first NAB, Lynette? Is it a while back?
Oh my God! This is now I have to date myself. 1981 was my first NAB. I went there as a student, and I was probably at 30 of them. After that, I haven't been in the last number of years because
when was
oh,
that
there
one?
we are. That was the first mixer. That was in 2013, I think. I had just come back from Shanghai, working there for Technicolor. So yeah, so I had been doing this for a long time. I've been going to NAB, just wandering the halls, and I think I met Kevin for the first time. He was working the booth at Da Vinci at that time, and that was 25 plus years ago. And then I used to demo a lot. I demoed for Kodak and for Philips, which at that time was the manufacturer of the Spirit. I was the beta test site colorist for North America for the Spirit. So yeah, I've been going to NAB for a long time and wandering the halls. I was going to say and chime in just like you did, Warren, about how important it is when you go to the show is kind of write down your target areas that you need to go to and make sure that you make your appointments for your meetings in advance, because there can be a lot of competition for their time. So yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I just haven't been in the last few years because this is our very busy delivery time where I work.
Cool. Okay, so this is not possible. Well, NAB would be, but certainly the mixer without the support of the Colorist Society, of which Kevin is the founder of that. Now you're involved in the Hollywood chapter for the Colorist Society. Just give us a couple of minutes on what that involved and how is that going?
Yeah, so when I spoke to Kevin at the very beginning of this, we're trying to think of, well, how can we put together a local chapter of the Colorist Society that is going to be impactful in a very profound way, and hopefully getting together some of the colorists who have really done some very, very, famous work and interesting work, how to get them together to help advocate for our craft, and how to educate and to mentor and to partner with other stakeholders in the process. And so that was the beginning and the mission of the Colorist Society Hollywood. So we're an invitation only chapter. So we started off with a few members, and this coming year we are going to be nominating a number of new members, and we're going to have a little meetup at the Godfrey Hotel on the 25th of April so that we can all get together and hang out and talk about the industry. It's been a little bit of a challenge, as many of you know, especially with the strikes and getting everything geared back up again. I just spoke with Walter Volpato last night, and we're just kind of commiserating a little bit about, so the strike's over, but now we're trying to gear back up in the post-production part of this because not everything has begun shooting yet. So anyway, these are the kinds of things that we'll talk about. And AMPAS is another part, the Academy, with the ACES initiative for ACES 2.0, and we're involved in testing that and looking at that for them.
Lovely. Yeah, and we want to thank the Academy. They've sponsored the lots of mixers as well. I think they've been with us since day one, haven't they, Kevin?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think they are. I think they are. And also I want to thank Blackmagic and Dell, who have not got a representative on here, but they are supporting us as well. So it's important we give them a mention. Now I want to swing the conversation to sunny Canada. Now, who is from Canada in the house? Greg.
Just me, I think. Just me. And it's now sunny Canada. I guess it's starting to be a little bit warmer here too with spring's arrival, as things in Australia are swinging the other way. But it's great to see everybody.
Yeah, just tell us about what you're doing at the show. Where can people find you? and what's new at Massive?
Well, I think in terms of starting out with what we're showing and what's new at Massive is kind of the same thing. We've got quite a bit of news rolling out this spring around automation. And whether you're looking at AI or you're looking at the kind of tools in your toolbox and in your workflow, we're really seeing an incredible amount of innovation in what we're able to do as both like for our own work in terms of personal productivity and with others too, as we're collaborating on projects. So Massive's going to be in West Hall. We're in the we're in the AWS Learning Lounge and Partner Village this year. We're great partners with AWS, and we're really excited to be in the booth this year. This is the first time we've had a booth. We've been to NAB many years, and but really excited to have our first booth there. And we're in West Hall 1343 is the number. So some of the news we've rolled out recently here at Massive is we just got our TPN Gold certification. So if folks are working within organizations that need to see TPN Gold to ensure all your data is moving in a secure way, we've got that now. And this is I think it's a sign of how secure and trusted the Massive platform has become over time. I remember even a few years ago when we started out with Massive that there's a lot of question about, hey, can we trust the cloud? And can we predict what the cloud is going to cost? And can I do everything I need to do using cloud tooling to do so? And I think a lot of those questions have been answered, and we're seeing a lot of amazing productivity capabilities evolving on cloud. So what we'll be showing at NAB is some tools that have rolled out just this week already. So we'll be announcing them a bit closer to the event. But we've really improved our contributor experience. So I'm sure all of you will agree that working with people is one of the hard things we have to do in our jobs. And we were talking earlier about herding cats, and Massive really has made a lot of improvements that make it simpler to work with others by creating automated workflows that allow you to ingest specific file formats, that allow you to ingest the metadata you need to get your projects organized and comply with whatever workflow requirements you have. And with automations in place, you can stand up these automations for free and then let them run as long as you've got a project going. And if you haven't got a project going, again, with our payment model, you don't have to pay. So all of that is free. You can start with Massive, set up your own portal, brand it, set your automations, connect your cloud storage or your local storage, and you only have to pay when you're actually sending files. So we're bringing down our CTO for the first time and our head solution architect, and we're really excited to anyone who wants to ask questions or design a workflow or implement a new way of moving your data in your files. Like we're going to be there to help everyone do that. So, and my advice for the event is I'm a Boy Scout at heart. Be prepared. Go and research the people you want to see, the lessons you want to learn. I've worked in other industries in tech, and I don't think there's a trade show that is so filled with people who want to help. Everyone in this industry is so interested in talking about what's new, talking about getting better, talking about doing great work. And I swear, so many wonderful conversations and learnings are to be had at this event. So, plan how you want to get better in the year ahead, and what you want to learn, and what projects you want to do, what money you want to make, and go out and find people who are going to help you with that, because there's a lot of really wonderful people to meet at NAB.
Cool, man. Thanks very much. Yeah, great. Put your details in the YouTube there where we can find you. I want to swing down to Darren. Now, Darren, you're in your grading shop there. Is that what you are?
Yeah, I don't normally have a blue light on.
Well, I didn't know. I thought you might be entertaining.
No, I'm offline. It's like 25 to 9 here in the evening. So
okay, so are you shopping in Vegas for anything for the color grading suite? What are you looking to buy? How does that work?
I've just famously spent quite a lump with my good friend Bram. So I've just bought an XMP 310. So I think that's me kind of done this year. I'm more looking at just generally going around and catching up with some friends, but I want to look at some of the workshops and things that are going on. I think there's a pretty good itinerary of post-production, just little workshops that you can go to and things like that. So I want to have a look at that in a bit more detail. But always excited. Plugins, see what sort of plugins are available now, see what's happening on that sort of front. Obviously see what DaVinci Resolve have got to say, if anything.
Come to my post-production world, DaVinci Resolve 101. You'll get a load out of it, I'm sure.
Thank you very much. Is that a free invite?
Mate, I'll probably get you. I could probably get you a free invite. You'd love it. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's Monday sorted.
Good. I've got to talk that up. That's good fun. I'm doing post-production world, which is me standing talking to a lot of people. But what I do is I've been on these things before, and anyone who sat and looked at a hours worth of PowerPoint, especially for me, there's people out there asleep. Like, you're looking and they're just happy to sit down. But I actually give away a little bit of footage. I give away a bit of media on a drive, only small. And so if they've got a laptop, they can play around, follow along. Some can, some can't. But at least, if you're engaged a bit more, that's how I learn a bit more. If I can follow along rather than just sit there looking at slides, you just go.
Yeah, well, I think if you that's one of my tips for Vegas, actually, is I set an alarm for about 12:45, 1 a.m. in the morning, because I find there's no 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning at Vegas. It's suddenly like 4 o'clock in the morning. So my 12:45 is like getting a taxi, go home, enjoy the next day.
Good. Okay.
You know that always works, Warren.
Yes. All right. Kevin, Colorist Society at the show. Apart from the mixer, is there anything planned? Is there any get-togethers, or are you doing any talks or anything?
No, I have interviews. I'm doing a couple of interviews, but there's no real planned get-togethers. There is, Lynette can help me here. There is Rory's doing a talk on the Wednesday, I think, with the Academy.
Yeah, Steve Tabenkin, who is kind of heading up the ACES project, or as far as PR goes for the Academy, he's put together a filmmaker panel that'll be happening. And so Rory, who's part of our chapter, is going to be speaking. She's pretty accomplished. Besides colorist, very much into color science, RIT grad, and she has done SMPTE white papers and such, besides, being very involved as an ACES colorist. So they'll be talking about that.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
Good, isn't it?
Lynette, are you going to any of it?
I am not. I wish I could. It's so funny, I'm not very far away from Vegas, but this is a big delivery time for us, so I'm not going to be able to go, unfortunately. Yeah, it would be fun. One of these days, you and I are going to meet in the same place at the same time, and not in a little spot.
I'll email you. I'm in LA for a few days before, so I'll email you.
All right. Well, give us a ring and come over to Instinctual and say hi.
Lovely. Right. Let's swing up to Ross. So Ross, Looper. Probably a lot of people have heard of it, but go, what do they do again? What is it? So just enlighten us on what it's about and where we can find you.
Yeah, sure. Also, just I'm going to give you guys one bit of advice for NAB. This is probably, I've been to NAB between 20 and 25 years, but what I learned last year was definitely get the Starbucks app, because if you want to get breakfast, or you just want to skip that line, it's a really great time saver. So get the Starbucks app, and you will not regret it, for your coffees. But yeah, Looper, basically, I'm a consultant with Looper. Looper is a product that was really born out of the pandemic, because basically the founder, Alex, was a video editor, and he was just very frustrated that he didn't have a great solution to edit with remote clients. There are solutions out there that were very expensive, or the other solution would be do something like we're doing now on Zoom, which is just totally unreliable. So basically, Looper is a streaming platform that's designed for post-production. basically it's very similar to the experience that we're having now, but like in another window, we would be looking at the output of Resolve or the output of Avid or After Effects or Nuke or really whatever platform that you're running. It also comes with cloud storage so that we could upload a file and then we could all be watching it together. And what's kind of cool about that is sort of like a watch party, where if we were all looking at a video together right now, all of us could literally like draw on the screen or hit the pause button or the play button together. It's really the company's only been around for a couple of years, but it's really resonated a lot in the color industry. Some of the people you guys have mentioned, like Robbie Carmen and Joey, they love Looper. The folks at Color Nation, they're using Looper, or Vincent Taylor. These are some of the folks that come to mind, colorists who are using Looper. And one of the things that they really love about it is it's just really easy for their clients, don't have to download any software, and they just get a link and they could join without like any real, jumping through any hoops. So yeah, that's kind of what Looper is all about. There's a free version, so it's free plan, so you can just log into looper.io and get started. And then it's a very affordable service, basically. As far as at NAB, we don't have a booth. We're happy to be sponsoring you guys, and myself and Alex, the founder, will be there. At the event. Definitely happy to meet customers. For me, it's great because I used to build booths, the Avid booth and demo at Avid and Boris Effects and Softimage and Mocha and everything. So it's really cool for me just to go to NAB and just talk to people.
Good. Well, I'll be looking forward to meeting you. I missed you in New York, so that'd be great. Excellent. So, Jason, where are you, buddy? Tell us where you are and what you're up to.
Based in the bias lighting capital, I guess, of New Jersey, in Kinnelon, New Jersey, up in northern Morris County.
Wow.
About 20 minutes outside of Manhattan. That's why people seem to move here. That and the nature. We're famous for. You may have seen a news story a couple months ago. Someone knocked down his neighbor's trees, and he's being sued for a couple $1 million. That was this town. So that's what goes on here.
Oh. Why did he like the trees? So his view, I suppose, or dropping in his backyard.
I think he had the house listed for a long time, and he thought it would sell better with a view of the city, and those pesky trees were blocking the view. So he has a nice view now, but he'll probably be out a couple of $1 million because each tree has to be replaced, not with a sapling, but with a full-grown tree. And it's not a very accessible area, so they have to like helicopter them in and cranes and everything else. Yeah, so it's pretty wild.
Wow, that's an expensive mistake. Anyway, let's talk about your lights.
Yeah, sure. We are not actually showing any of our new products at this show. We usually come and take feedback from the colorist community and incorporate that into our products. We're basically there to steal your ideas. And but we do have we have a product called the Medialight Mark II. It's our CRI 98 product line. It's our flagship product, and we will be rolling out phase 2 of the Mark II product this summer. Basically 8 or 9 separate refinements to the product, starting from the chips all the way to the installation methods. Those who don't want to leave a bunch of sticky residue on their brand new QD OLED will have multiple installation options in the box to remove it cleanly, to install easily. Even the adhesive backing, which is currently red, is being replaced with a spectrally neutral material. So if you want to install temporarily, you have fewer concerns about it not sitting flush against the display. So everything is being redesigned, and it's just going to be a nice little spec bump all around. And we're there if you have any questions or complaints or feedback. You can come check us out while you'll be waiting to check out the Flanders QD OLEDs.
I've just stuck your old media lights on the back of this brand new monitor. You could have told me.
I was going to say, it's not behind you. I see blue lights behind you.
No, it's in front of me here, but it's now covered in sticky goo.
Yeah, so we have a solution for that. In fact, the the glue is so strong that we have to use it in very limited quantities. It removes cleanly, but when I tried to put it on the entire strip, it was a nightmare getting it off. There's that material called gecko tape or alien tape. Essentially, we're including tabs of that in the box as one of the installation options so that you can install it. It stays on forever, but when you do want to remove it, it won't leave a residue. You might just have to wrestle with a couple pieces because it does seem to like to cling on pretty well. I wouldn't stick it to your walls. It will pull all the paint off. Absolutely.
So Jason, we just bought a media light for our display at NAB. So do we need to be careful about like having those stay on there permanently?
No, well, currently the kind of kludgy solution that we have is we offer free gaffer tape, or if people are ordering it after the fact, we'll send it pretty much at cost. Just we have these mini rolls of gaffer tape. And we tell people just to use gaffer tape, which is like the solution for everything anyway. And that's for temporary installations. But it's a little cleaner using these other tabs. I mean, gaffer tape is still an option. Like if I had a rental, I'd probably still use gaffer tape over alien tape if I didn't want to be tangled up in a mess of tape and bias light strings at the end of the day.
Got it.
Right. Thanks for the update.
Thank you.
Aaron, that picture there behind me, was that post 12:45 or was that just before you?
Definitely post 12:45. I remember that very well. Well, I don't know how I remember that, but I do remember that.
Look at that. Look how young we look there. Yeah, I did. And now I was
only last year. What are you on about?
One. Yeah. No, I do have some older pictures of you and I as well, Chris, but I couldn't dig them up quick enough. But I'm going to throw to you because obviously you run in your own shop, and I was at your shop for the podcast last year. How important is good monitoring and the lighting in your room and the environment that your monitor's in? Because you can talk from the sort of high-end work that you're doing. Just give us a little, why is that so important?
What I always tell my clients is that you're having an opportunity to watch it in the most ideal environment with the least amount of distractions. We live in a world where a lot of people look at it remotely. They're going to go home, look at it in their iPad. They're going to look at it on different devices. But I always tell them here, you're going to have the opportunity to look at it in fine detail in the most ideal environment. So in my studio, I have to build out the most ideal environment, which is making sure we have good monitors, calibrated monitors, that the walls are painted, a neutral gray, no distractions, and that the bias lighting is set up in a way that, for one, as a colorist, it doesn't create eye fatigue for me, and as well for the client, that it's the right amount of light for the client to focus their eyes on, all the imagery that they're seeing. So I have a bunch of media lights on all the backs of my TVs, my client monitors. And Jason, I was also going to say, I also have all the desk lamps too, because I don't like to have my eyes distracted, but you do need a little bit of light on your desk. Sometimes the panels don't all have completely light up features. Like right in front of me right now, I have the tangent elements because I'm working on a mixed Avid job, but it's nice to have the desk lamp here as well. And another important thing about all that lighting is I also often remind my clients, and every couple of hours I go reset my eyes. Make sure to go outside, reset your eyes, because those distractions of being in a dark room and low light, you can really get hyper focused on something. But if you go outside and come back, you'll look at your image and go, huh. You see it a different way. So I think it's very, very important to have a properly set up room, because there's so many potential distractions that can take you away from grading a proper image.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and we find that hard, and we're doing it all the time. Clients come in, they're not always used to sitting in a dark room looking at a monitor for that amount of time. So the reset, or look at the gray frame, or just take a break and walk outside, so important.
I'm not sure if you taught me this trick, but it's always a oops, sorry. And, you know, it just goes to a white card at the end of your timeline so that the monitor just flashes white at their face for a few minutes. And then you go back to the image and they're like, oh, that looks great now. And you're like, I just reset your eyes. That's all I did.
I'm sorry
no,
to
no,
interrupt. I have an urgent matter to attend to, so I'm going to duck out. I didn't want to just disappear from the screen. So I look forward to seeing everybody at NAB and at the Mixer.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Thanks, Jace. Thanks for your support. Yeah, no, I agree. Really important. It's a really important thing to do to just recalibrate ourselves, I suppose. So that's good. What we're going to do is I'm going to give away another one of these raffle tickets. If you haven't got tickets, they are online. Get them coloristmixer.com. We do have an option to buy an extra 2 tickets this year, which is $50, and you get 3 tickets. So you can then put them in the box. So you could hedge your bets. You could go for a slightly bigger prize, or you could go slightly less prize. So there's a choice. Now, this question is going to be in the YouTube chat. First person who types it, there are 4 companies or organizations who have been ever-present Mixer sponsors since day one. Only 4. Who are they? Put them in the chat, please. 4 organizations or companies. The clue is organization. We can take a slight acronym on the names if you want. You will win a ticket, and you have to be there to win it. 4 of them. We lost a few, unfortunately, but it's tough to keep going. So thanks to those that are doing that. So we'll look for that answer. We'll look to see when that comes up. That'll be coming up soon. Kevin.
Howdy.
Just give us a little bit of snapshot of when you arrive and what you sort of do. You get straight into Vegas time zone when you get there, or you find you have to have a little nana nap in the afternoon?
Well, I'm actually going to arrive on Friday, so I have a timeshare in Florida, and I swap that out for Vegas every year. And so I get there Friday, and I kind of chill out for the first day. And I'll wander over to the new surprise venue for the Mixer and check that out. And then I'll stock up on bottles of water for the show and things like lip gloss and stuff like that, just to stay moist, you know. And I just chill. Get on time, get a good meal in me on the Saturday, and then go for it on the Sunday. Yeah,
excellent. So I'm getting it. Yeah, go.
My tip for the show is leave yourself time to kind of just stumble across things and try and give yourself time to get from one meeting to another. I remember the first year I was there, I tried to book meetings back to back. Complete disaster. Didn't get to any of them. So yeah, try and leave a little bit of space, and then as you're wandering through the halls, you can stumble across some great stuff, and you've got time to just kind of check it out and come back later and that sort of thing. So,
well, we have to schedule a few meetings ourselves, don't we? We have to start getting on that. Right, let me do this. So we do right. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to put this up here like that to give myself a little background. Boom, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Nobody's actually, am I missing it? Has anyone tried to answer my question? It took me ages to come up with that. Oh, no. So I thought you'd have gone for it, Darren. You could have won another ticket.
While they're still thinking you should probably run through the prizes, the Mixer prizes.
We will go through the prizes. Good one. There we go. I forgot still for that. I do.
Andrew's really going for it. He's already got one.
Yeah, I know. He will do. He will go for it. Yeah. There we go. So the Small HD Q.OLED. Thanks very much. From Small HD. Blackmagic micro panel. Blackmagic have always been really good donating their panels. So a micro panel will be there. Somebody can actually walk away with it under their arm. The training calibration from Dolby. So that will be an online cert through Abby. If anyone's ever been on his training, it's really good, really useful. Thanks very much. FSI kindly denoted their XMP310, and some of the guys there are using it. We can vouch for that. We've got the Media Light kit from Jason, and we've got transfer credits from Greg there at Massive, and Looper annual plan from Ross, from those guys. The Academy will normally donate some sort of goodie bag. It's a bit of mystery because sometimes we don't quite know, but they rock up, and they always rock up with something. So that's always really good. And I'm not sure about Dell. Dell will come in and sponsoring. They haven't always sponsored, but they may well come in with something as well. So that's it.
I'll be announcing one pass to all 3 series of the Color Pipeline Mentor Program. So $900 prize.
Good. Thanks. So on top of that, there will be a quiz. If anyone has not been to the mixer, it's the absolute highlight. You get put together with 10 other randoms, people you don't know. You join together for an amazing 10-part quiz. It's very technical, so you better have your math head on to be able to win that. Okay, prizes are amazing for that. What are they, Kevin? We got to come up with a prize for that. Jug of beer, margarita. All right.
Oh, yeah, no, you've got to drink a yard.
BMD no. Michael, close, but no. Adobe are not here this year, unfortunately. They would have been, and I mean, if they rock up tomorrow with some sponsor money, I would still have them in. But at this time, they are dragging their heels a little bit, and I don't think it's just organisations in big companies. But we'd love to have them back. They have been a sponsor of everyone, but currently they are not. So that last answer is not right. But apart from that, you are right. I'll give you a clue. You're missing one. ICA are the hosts. iColorist are the hosts, but we don't really sponsor. We host. Colorist Society produces and looks after the not-for-profit money involved. But you're probably the closest. Right, I'm going to wrap this up because we're just there right on the hour. It's been fantastic for you guys coming to chat. I'm going to see you in Vegas. If not, I will catch you afterwards, Lynette, certainly, at the Hollywood chapter meeting, gathering drinks. We'll do that. I'm going to catch everyone else in Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. Stay safe, everyone.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.
You all out.
Get the show.
Yeah, great. Safe flight.